So I am doing something a little bit different today, and it's yin yoga, Y-I-N. Yin yoga is a little bit more relaxing, and you'll notice that there is a little bit less of a warm-up. You do want to be in a warm room when you're doing yin yoga. Maybe wear a little bit more clothes than you normally would to keep your body warm. It is chilly here in Arizona. So I have my space heater, but blankets are acceptable. Also, you're gonna notice I'm not in the yoga studio yet. We aren't quite back yet, but I've got my favorite floor pillow as well as a bed pillow that normally I would be using like a bolster or something like that in class, but you can use a smaller pillow for under your knees. And you can use a larger pillow, I'll show you, to kind of help you hold the poses. The poses are going to be held longer. It's going to be less poses, less movement, working more on getting deeper into your body. So I suggest doing yin yoga at the end of the day when your body's a little bit warm. And I'm going to go through about a minute to 2 minutes of joint movement to get you slightly warmed up. Normally in yoga, we do sun salutations to create heat. We're not going to do that in this today. We're just going to do a few poses, and I'm going to ask you to stay in the poses. So there might be times on the video when I go in and out of the poses. Maybe I sit up and talk to the camera and offer some suggestions. So just stay there. If I mention staying there, we're not, whatever. It's not like anybody's watching you. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So you can mark yourself, if you decide to do the video again, 2 minutes is where the class starts. And the first 2 minutes are me. Okay, so hip hinges, round up through cat stretch, drop into the hips, I'm going to hold this one here. I'm bending my knees. My knees are away from each other. Good. Heel pumps. And I'm wearing socks. I don't normally wear socks during yoga. Last couple moves for the little warm-up. Notice I'm holding underneath my knee. And rock and rolls. Sorry, I wasn't really thinking about camera angles. These are just rocking back and forward. Okay. So from here, I'm going to take my large pillow. I'm going to bring my feet together like this and sit up nice and tall. I'm going to put my pillow in front of me, and I'm just going to come forward. Now, because I'm trying to rest, I'm gonna get the second pillow. And we're gonna hold this for a couple minutes, okay? Be patient with it. If you can get lower, you can use one pillow and reach. If you choose, you can bring your neck to the side for a bit. And you always want to make sure you get the other side. Continue to stay in the pose while I talk to you. I want you to think about opening through this area of your hip. Okay, really reaching forward, resting on those pillows. If you can extend the arms, please go ahead and do so, okay? Just let your head be a natural extension of your spine. And bump in classical. Stay in the pose just a few more seconds. Modified child's pose. Now, knees underneath the hips, chest comes down to the ground or onto your pillows. So, reach forward and yes, that's booty up in the air, chest down. Hold it. Stay there. This is lined up. That's your ideal position. But this is good too. Stay there. I want you to really be thinking about opening up this part of your shoulder into your back. Okay? If you need to walk your hands out a little further, please do so. Stay there. I want you to keep your breathing nice and slow. Breathe into your belly. I want you to think about pulling the air in, it going down your esophagus, into your lungs, and I want you to imagine it filling your belly up. I know that's anatomically incorrect, but it's an image. I want you to pull that air in, pulling it from your belly button, and reverse the process on the way out. Tighten up the belly, use the muscles of the abdomen to exhale. Okay? Switch positions. So from here, what a surprise. Okay, so straddle position, all right. But since this is yin yoga, we want it to be comfortable. So we're gonna start with a nice flat back. Again, I've got 2 pillows here. And I'm gonna get the legs into a position where I'm feeling some tension on my inner thighs, okay? Look, if you're deconditioned, it's okay to put pillows under each knee as well. And then you're gonna come forward and hold. Stay there. I just want you to relax. If you feel the need to shift or move around a little bit, that's fine. You don't have to be perfectly still. It's important that you're continuing to mindfully breathe. Think about your breathing. If you feel any resistance in your body, be it your back or your thighs, your inner thighs, my hamstrings are screaming at me right now. You might not be able to hear them, but I can. Just breathe into that. It's okay to move your joints a little to kind of release tension. Good, and we're gonna come up from here. Now, the next position, I want your right leg forward, okay? And your left leg is back just a bit. Your right leg forward bends. I'm my own camera and music person. Your right forward leg bends. Your left leg also is going to bend. Now, this may not be comfortable for everybody, so you can extend like a normal runner's lunge. If this is comfortable for you, however, I want this, okay, because it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. And then what we're going to do is ideally flat on the floor, but because again, we're trying to make it more relaxing, you can start with your pillows, but I want you to make sure that booty's on the floor, okay? And on this side, I'm gonna rest with my head towards my knee. How slow can you make your breathing? Can you maybe even inhale to a count of 5 or 6? And exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Again, inhale to a count of 5 or 6. 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, Good, let's switch sides. So, left leg forward. Right leg is either extended or tucked behind you. Okay, so you're either here, and I'm resting on this booty, or you can bend the leg. Okay? Pillows, go ahead and come forward whenever you're ready. And this time I'm going to bring my head to the left because that's my forward leg. Good. Again, practice that breathing that we were doing. Inhaling to about a count of 6 and exhaling out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. A couple more breaths in this position. Inhale. And exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, switching positions. Just a laying twist, but we are going to use the props. Okay, so I'm going to lay flat on your back. Now I'm going to start just for a moment. Flat on my back, open arms. I'm going to bring the right leg in, and then I'm going to cross it over and hold. And I'm going to let that pillow support it. Now, since my right leg is on top, my right arm is open, ideally you want to look towards your right hand. So we're going to go ahead and switch sides. What we're going to do is we're going to come through center first, and we're just going to hold it here for a moment. And open up. Your neck should be nice and straight. Good, good, good. Now we're going to go to the other side. So I'm bringing my left leg up and over, and now I'm looking towards my left hand. And just relax in the position. You can keep your eyes open or closed. I'll tell you when it's time to change positions. You can totally trust me. Good. Remain mindful of your breath. Stay where you're at. So the purpose of kind of holding the poses a little bit longer is to get the stretch into the joints and the muscle, and help the muscle with muscle memory lengthen. But it's also to relax your mind. So if you find you're having thoughts, don't laugh. I like to imagine them as little clouds, and so I have this little thought: buy dog food. So I'm just imagining it going across the sky, through my head, from the left to the right. And I'll know it. I know I'll remember it later. It will be no problem. Good. From this position, come back to a neutral. So there's this fun pose. It's called Happy Baby, and we've had some other fun names for this in class, but you can't hear my fun names unless you actually come to class, because I'm not trying to be too silly on YouTube. So we're gonna do half the pose. So we're gonna take one leg, bend the knee, and pull back. Stay where you are. If you were looking straight down at me, it would look about like this, okay? So the knee is off to the side. Now, you can use a towel if you can't reach that foot, or a long sock or a tie or some laundry or something. Come back to neutral. Basically, your Tadasana, not Tadasana, Savasana, corpse pose. Yep. I mix up my poses all the time. Good. So now we're going to do the same thing on the left side. We're going to pull it in here. And again, I normally don't wear socks in class or to teach, but because we're not doing balancing, and we're going to pull that knee out to the side, flat foot. Stay where you are. Oh, I thought I had maybe some kind of laundry or a sock or something. You can always use a sock or a towel to pull it in and hold it here. Otherwise, I want you here. Good, just a little bit longer, Good, stay there. So the idea isn't necessarily like you're challenging yourself like you would during a normal class, but at the same time, if you're feeling like that muscle is tight, it's okay since you're holding the pose for a while. It's okay to actually push into it a little more, challenge yourself a little bit more, add just a tiny, tiny bit more pressure as the muscle gets warmer, okay? We're gonna come out of it. Take your pillows. Now remember we did the wide leg straddle. We are going to do a narrow straddle. So I'm going to take this pillow and I'm going to kind of bunch it up. This one is one of my favorites. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to reach for my feet. So my back is supported by the pillows. And just allow your chin to rest, okay? Resty, resty. Imagine your vertebrae as they're stacked on top of each other. Doop, doop, doop. Imagine them getting space between, okay? Lengthening, creating space between them. All right? It's good for your back. Keep your breathing slow and even. Remember inhaling for a count of 6-ish. Exhaling for a count of 8 or 9 if you can. And now from this position, we are going to, I'm going to come to the side so you can see. We're going to come forward with the knees to the side. Okay? So it's almost like butterfly legs. And then your hands are either in front of you or you can extend them based on your comfort. Now, my feet are together. My hips are on the floor. My knees are on the floor. Ideally, in this position in yoga, you've got feet on the floor, and my feet are up off the floor a bit. Feet on the floor, knees on the floor, hips on the floor. As you notice, if I push my feet down, oh, my hips start to come up. So I want you just to really relax into that and let the weight of the feet bring them down and keep the hips on the floor. Yes? Continue to stay in that position for a few more breaths while you're there. See if you can pull the feet up towards your tailbone just a little bit more while not lifting the hips, if that's possible, for about 2 more breaths until we change positions. Just about 2 more breaths. Good, good, good. From here, we're going to do what we just did, but we're going to do it on our backs. So we were in that butterfly position here. Ideally, I've got the pillow up towards my tailbone. And open up. Sorry, it's hard being your own camera person. So open up through the hips and the arms. Stay there. This is one of the most relaxing poses, I think. Try and just allow your body to feel supported by the floor and the pillows. okay? You can completely relax. Your body's supported. You don't need to tense any muscles. You can relax everything in this position. Good. Now from here, slight change. I'm going to get rid of my favorite pillow. And I'm going to just take this pillow here and put it underneath my hips with my feet flat on the floor. And I'm going to kind of bunch it up a little to get a little bit of lift here in the back. So I've got a little bit of a pelvic tilt here and a tiny bit of a lower back bend. That's what I'm looking for. So if you need to use a larger pillow or roll a couple blankets up, and just relax into it. Stay there, stay there. While you're in that position, I want you to again concentrate on allowing the floor to support your body. Totally got it. Okay, you don't need to do anything except for relax. Forgot what I was doing for a minute. It happens a lot. Good. We're going to move into our last pose. Last pose as per usual in yoga. Shavasana, corpse pose. But I want you resting. Now I'm taking my pillow and I'm going like this, diamond shape. Okay, long ways. Open arms, extend your feet. Stay there, relax your breathing. Allow your body to be comfortable, long. Good, I want you to stay there just for a few more moments. I want you to have your body feeling totally supported by the ground underneath it and your pillow, completely relaxed. Lengthening your breathing. We are going to slowly get up. So inhale with me here. As you exhale from the floor, roll to one side and just hold it here for a moment. Comfy, cozy. And we're gonna sit up, easy peasy. And then cross your legs. Forward fold, cross legs, each side. To close your practice out for the day, for the evening, or whatever. Hopefully to end your day, this is a great end of day type of yoga practice. So hope to see y'all in class really soon.